Yo, hello. How are we doing, people? Hope we are well. Welcome to the stream. We're all having a fantastic Sunday. Welcome to the stream, Swordfish. Well, thank you. Yeah, having a great day. Chris, Frederick, welcome. Hope everybody's doing great. Nice, Chris. So today we're actually going to be doing a bit of a, I like to call an airliner showcase. So today we're going to be flying all three airliners in the flight sim. So we're going to be flying the 787-10, which is what you see on screen right now. We're going to be flying a A320 and an A320neo and a Boeing 747-800-8 Intercontinental. Should be good fun. Got some shortish flights for each of them, so we can fit them all in. But it should be a nice little. I don't know, just a nice little play around with all the different airliners in the game. Obviously, there was a patch released late last week, and I haven't really had a chance to mess around with the airliners too much since then, so... Nice. That's really cool. Indeed. We will be starting in a second. I'm just trying to get my camera. Oh, Frederick, thanks for asking. Yeah, it went really well, thank you. I mean, I say well, it was good fun. It's a lot harder than playing it on Microsoft Flight Simulator, for example, but it was great fun. It was really nice to meet up with a couple of cool dudes who watch the stream, and you know, just hang out and have a good time, and you know, talk about aviation, and yeah, it was good fun. Nice. That is super cool, Chris. Yeah, I bet you get to see some quite a nice variety of aircraft by the sounds of things. That's very cool. Okay, I think we're up and running now with the camera. Yeah, we're good. Beautiful. Okie dokie. Right then, people. Absolutely roasting, so I'm just going to have to take this jumper off. Okay. Sweet. Apologies for the slight delay in setting off there. We're just few teething issues. How are we all? We having a good weekend? Hopefully not too much strenuous activities going on a Sunday. Oh, and Chris, thank you very much for following. I just seen that pop up. Appreciated. Thank you, thank you. So let's get underway then. So I've planned 3 really cool flights that we can do today, and I've got a bunch of different sceneries installed as well for the various flights. So it should be pretty interesting to see. As you know, this simulator's got fantastic graphics and lighting, so yeah, should be really cool. The first flight today is going to be this route. Well, this flight here. Our routing. I'm just going to get loaded up now. Pretty sure I did save a flight plan for this, but it's not showing up. Weird. There we go. That's the one. Yeah, it's only, so we're going to do 3 flights in total, all very, I mean, relatively short, like between an hour and 2 hours. But as a result, it should allow us to, you know, get a good look at each of the different airliners, and it should be just good fun, really. So, first flight, this is going to be our routing. Starting off at Brisbane, taking off 19 left, and following the Sang 1 departure out to the south here, down kind of inland a little bit, and down straight south, basically down into to Sydney. So we're going to be passing into Sydney, coming over sort of the harbour and things like that here, and landing at Sydney International. Coming in with the Melpill 3 arrival for 16 right. So yeah, it should be pretty cool. Let's find ourselves a parking space here. We'll go for, we need a heavy slot, don't we? I'm not seeing any. Just go for this one. Oh, actually, maybe we want to be down this end because... Try this one. Nope, that's right next to where we just were. Maybe 72. Yeah, that's a bit better. So we're not taxiing for days and days. Frederick, any more real simulators? So nothing planned at the moment, but definitely want to do it again in the future. 100%, but not just yet. It is quite expensive, as you can imagine if you ever looked into it. Just going to turn the music down a touch there, and let's set up our weight and balance. So I have put together a flight plan on SimBrief as usual. I'm going to use that for the weight and balance here. So block fuel is going to be that doesn't seem, let's see. Yeah, so 13,000 kilograms, 13 tons. Do it, and then our payload is 38.8 thousand, or 38 tons. So we're gonna get that out there. Oh, what's going on with this slider? It's been a bit. Wait, what? It keeps jumping. It just won't settle on 38% or 37. Okay, that's very weird. Go for that. I've managed to get it locked in now, so that's fine. Failures. Shall we do failures? Actually, having said that, this is just the default 787, so yeah, we'll leave it off. Call sign is going to be Qantas. Not really going to use the not going to use the in-game 6101, this flight number, sorry, and then heavy. Not going to use the in-game ATC, but I mean, just for completeness, we'll set that up anyway, and we'll get loaded in here. I'm going to turn on XATC chatter as well, just so you have a little bit of background ATC. I feel like it's good for the atmosphere. Quite a cool add-on, this ATC chatter. It detects what radio frequency you're on in-game, and it will play like clips based on the appropriate channel. So very cool. Yeah, very long flight today for Rick. I'm gonna try squeeze in 3 airliner flights today, so it's yeah, purposefully chosen shorter flights. We'll just let things load up here. It's going to take a few minutes. Got quite a lot of scenery installed at the moment, so the loading times are a little bit longer than your average. Shouldn't be too long though. Right then. Am I streaming on all 3 platforms? Yes, I am, Chris, yeah. Streaming on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube at the moment. Yeah, just trying to get good reach, to be honest. I mean, I'm really just seeing what the, what kind of platform works better for my content and this game. Twitch is a bit saturated, to be honest, so I wanted to try other platforms. Facebook surprised me quite a lot, actually, to be honest. I've had lots of big support on Facebook, so people like yourself, really coming out and helping. So yeah, love to see it. I have a few subs on YouTube from a past content that I used to make on the channel, so obviously it'd be a no-brainer to stream there as well. And hello Chris from YouTube as well. So it'd be a no-brainer to stream there, and then yeah, there's Twitch as well. So yeah, so that's that. I mean, I feel like YouTube isn't doing so well in terms of streaming. I get a very, very small amount of response on to be honest. Definitely bigger response when you actually post a video specifically made for YouTube, like a 15-20 minute video. So Chris, thank you. I take it that was you on Twitch as well, but appreciate the follows on all platforms. Much appreciated. Yeah, that's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Oof. That's a small runway, wasn't it? Wait, I didn't realize Brisbane had such a... Was that had yellow crosses on it though? So is that it? Has it got a disused runway here as well? Hang on a minute, it's frozen. Okay. Hello, game. There we go. Been getting a lot of these random freezes with 787. Right. As much as I like doing it nighttime in this game, I'm gonna make it daytime just so we can see what's going on. A little bit better. I feel like it's a bit easier for you guys watching on stream, and obviously we get to see the scenery as well that I've... Well, the flights. Have a quick look over here. I'm just intrigued as to what was going on with this runway. Okay. That's not the runway I saw. Ah, there's another little runway over here. Ah, yeah, here we are. It's got a little diddler here with yellow crosses on, so I guess it's disused, but I'm actually surprised that that's still in the game if it's not in use. Like, it's still got lights on it and things like that. But yeah, this one's obviously the main runway, much longer. So great stuff. This is Brisbane Airport in Australia. And you can actually see some of the downtown scenery that I've downloaded there. It's just loaded in much earlier than everything else. That's one of the scenery packs that I downloaded. So pretty cool. And I can't actually remember if this flight takes us over the city centre, but we'll find out. Let's get started up anyway. So, I've not done the 787 in a while, so let's just remember how to do this. Battery on first, and then external power on as well. And yeah, that's it really for now, isn't it? And then we turn on the nav logo lights, so the ground crew know there is someone in the aircraft, and then we can come down to the FMS here and start initializing. So we are going to be at Yankee Bravo Bravo. Ooh. Bravo Bravo November. Brisbane Airport. Copy that down to here to set IRS position. I'll go to the routing. This should all be filled out because I loaded the flight plan in through the world map. As you can see, we've got the Sanj 1 departure here. Correct. Then we're going to be Mepil 3 arrival. Doesn't show here, but we'll just go, we'll check that in a sec. We can execute that as well. A cost index, I'm not sure if it's actually simulated in this plane. I can't quite remember, but we'll put it in anyway. And then fuel and gross weight. That should have auto-populated again because I filled that detail out on the world map. Ah, yeah, I see, Chris. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, thanks for that. Okay, so thrust limiter, leave this as default, so that's no problems. Takeoff flaps is going to be 15. And let's just check what altitude we are at here. About 100 feet. Let's just check with the... Wait. No, on the 80s. Okay, so we've got information. Bravo. Just want to wait for the barometer measurement, altimeter. Sorry. QNH 30.8. It was 30.08, wasn't it? Cool, so yeah, we're about sea level. That's fine. That's cool. Don't need to change anything there. Takeoff speeds. Yeah, I mean, okay, probably maybe a little bit high. But yeah, so departure, Sanj 1, runway 19 left. Arrival is Mepil 3, and we'll set up our final approach as well. It's going to be the 16 right ILS, which is this one, and then we want to have transition SANAD, but it's not actually letting us choose that. I think there's definitely some weirdness in the game still with regards to transitions. So we'll just roll with that for now. Let's just check the NavRad page for our ILS frequency. So I'll just bring that up real quick in Navigraph. So it's 16 right. While it's loading, it's taking a second to load. We shall bring that up. There we go. As you can see, it's just taking a minute to load up here. I'm not sure exactly why. Refresh it. Huh. Okay, that's taking... Oh, let's see. Is it on this information? Oh yeah, 109.05. Here in Sim Toolkit. Fantastic. Thank you, Sim Toolkit. I believe that's what we had tuned in already. 109.50 is tuned. Great stuff. And let's just check the VNAV real quick. Cruise altitude 360. Transition altitude still can't change. Wait, let's just check it actually. So it's going to be 10K. Well, it's actually, we don't actually... it's one of the rare occurrences where the transition altitude is actually 10,000. So, fine. Let's leave it at that. And then we'll just go back to the takeoff references page. And we'll get things cooking in here. So let's start the APU. And we're just going to turn the APU generators on, so they will get cooking as soon as that gets started. Our flight director's on. Turn up our speed to our V2 speed, which is 181. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter that because we're going to arm VNAV. Graph still doesn't want to load. So bring it up on Navigraph charts, sim link as well. Wow, okay, Navigraph's not loading on standalone app either. Huh. Wonder if they're having some issues. Log out. Yeah, that appears to have fixed it. Great stuff. Okay, so our APU should be on. Yep, on. Cool. Okay, so we have this beautiful zoomed in map here of the airport, so we can see exactly where we're going. We are runway 19 left, so we need to max 220 knots till Daden, track 196. 600 turn left, track direct to Daden. In fact, I'll just bring this up for you guys to see. Apologies. We are. So this is our departure. And James, thank you very much for following. I hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. So just to brief on our departure here. Max 250 below 10,000 as usual. We are going 16. Sorry, is it? Completely forgotten our airport, our runway. We are, sorry, 19 left. 19 left, so up to Bosvu. Do not turn until past Bosvu and 600 feet. Take a left turn, 220 knots until Daden, which is this waypoint right here. Then up and out to Dennis, Lily, and then Sanning. We've got a minimum climb gradient. However, I don't think we should have too many issues reaching that. It never really tend to in the airliners, especially. I think these are mainly for a smaller aircraft and or if you have a engine failure or something like that. Okie doke. Fantastic. I think we are ready for pushback. Let's do this thing. So I'll get the pushback tug ordered in by ground. Like I said, we're not going to use ATC in this these flights because honestly they're pretty useless. I am going to tune clearance so we get some ATC chatter. Wait, that's not working yet. Take off the parking brake. Yeah, so if I tune ground, technically should get some chatter from this app that I'm using, but it doesn't seem to want to work. Hide this for a second. And okay, we're being pushed back through a jetway. So we're going to want to get pushed to the left here momentarily. And we can start engine 2 there. And we might as well probably be good to turn the fuel pumps on while we're at it. Go start the fuel flow, and I pushed us the wrong way, of course. Engine 2 starting up. Over here, look at that sunlight coming through the engine there. That looks sick. Never noticed that before. That's dope. Look at that. Oh. Love to see it. I always feel like the music's too loud when I'm starting the engines. Hopefully that's a good balance there. We're going a little bit off the edge of the taxiway here, but that's fine. We'll just stop there. And let's see. So engine 2 should be stable now. Yes, it is. And we'll start engine 1, or the left engine. It's not really numbered 1 and 2, is it, in the Boeing? Might as well put anti-ice to auto. I don't really see any reason to not have that on. Probably should have turned the beacon light on as well, but there we go. So we've got right gen control on now. Yes, the engine started. We've got some N1 rotation going there. So let's start the fuel flow in the left engine. There we go. Have some background chatter going on. Fortunately, it is US chatter, but I'm just sampling it at the moment. It is the default 787, yes. I have tried using the mod, but it crashed my game a couple of times earlier on when I was using the mod. And basically, you know, I just didn't want to... For the amount that the mod for the 787 actually, the amount that it adds at this moment in time is so little. It's not really worth the crashes in my opinion, especially when I'm trying to stream. You know, it's not fun when your game's crashing and you try to stream. Okie doke, so we're all started up, ready to rock and roll. I'm going to zoom this one out. I like to have this one zoomed a bit, maybe go for about 20 miles there, and then we can have this one nice and zoomed in so we can see where we are going, which is nice. And I think we're good to go. We can put weather on this one, terrain on mine. And I think that's everything I need to do right now. It's been a little while since I used the Boeing, so I'm just still getting to grips. Right, let's taxi. And this thing takes a lot of thrust to taxi, if I remember correctly. It sounds amazing though. I love the sound of this, the engines on this aircraft. Got a pretty large turning circle going on here. The dynamics of how the planes, well, the default planes at least, how they taxi in this game at the moment is It's a little bit weird. It feels a little bit like a bit too sticky. They have fixed that mainly in the A320 mod, but with the default aircraft, they do feel a little bit sticky, like you try to taxi through like really thick mud. That sunrise though, and how it's reflecting on the plane. How nice is this livery though, right? Such a nice livery. It looks like we can go to the end here and then down. Which is cool. Looks like we've got the same ILS frequency at this airport as we do at Sydney. Right, let's arm the speed brakes and we can set flaps whilst we are on our way here. Wait, what? Not exactly sure why the speed brakes just deployed there. Wait, what? Did they just keep deploying on their own? And then we can go flaps 15. Okay. What's happened here? Okay, we're good. Quite sure why the the speed brakes are deploying on their own there. But I think we're good now. Set that to rejected takeoff, the auto brakes. There we go, we've got our flaps 15 deployed. Very cool. See what other views we've got here. We've got this one and we've got that one. Nice. Okay. I think we have a really nice cockpit view on this one as well. Let's see. Oh, we've got this one. That's nice. Oh, I've got that one. That's a cool one. Right. Now we can't tune clearance for some reason, but I think we already tuned clearance. Right, here we are. Let's just break down here. Make sure that everything is configured. Parking brakes set. So speed brakes are armed this time. Rejected takeoff. Auto brakes is set. Landing lights can go on. Runway turn-off lights can go on. Taxi and strobe can go on. Everything else is set. Anti-ice is set to auto. Engine starters are now normal. APU can go off. Completely forgot that was on, to be quite honest. Turn off the generators. And we are ready to rock. Here we go, people. Turn down the music just for takeoff here. I've just accidentally opened Lightroom on my other monitor, so I'm just going to make sure that's closed. And here we go. Takeoff. see the flaps move up there. B1 rotates. Beautiful. Gear up. That view. Oh damn, what? No, camera, no, don't do this to me. Thank you. Okie dokie, right. Okie dokie, so we're above 600 feet and we're approaching Bosvu. We'll take this left turn now. I just need to dip the nose so we can gain a bit more speed before we stall here. Flaps 13 is it, the next stage? Flaps up. Gaining speed.
Southwest 1866, contact center 126.45. 126.45, Southwest 1866.
250 knots reached. I feel like the sensitivity is so strange since this most recent update. You can see how the plane, like when I'm moving it, it's moving nice and smoothly, and then all of a sudden it like there's like a burst of like movement like that. Feels the sensitivity curve just feels very very weird.
Northwestbound 10,800 descending to 8,000 Airbus A319.
This flight director is like dancing around right here. I'm just gonna turn into this a little bit and then I'm activating autopilots. There we go. So we are on autopilot. Auto thrust is engaged. It's actually kind of difficult to read these screens now since they made the change to the anti-aliasing. Like if you're from this distance, it's actually quite difficult to read these numbers. And yes, Frederick, I don't know if you heard my response, but yeah, it's the default 787 for sure. But yeah, like I said, the modded version of the 787 currently, the community mod, is it doesn't really add a great deal. So and it was crashing the game, so it's not really worth using for me. Okie doke. Nice little departure there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's a city centre down there. It's funny how they, like, if you put scenery in your community folder, like it has such a long render distance compared to the default scenery. Look down here, there's nothing. Some roads. There's the airport down there. And Peyote, thank you very much for following. Sorry, I missed your, I missed the notification there. I was just flying the plane in takeoff. But welcome to the stream. I hope you're well. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Unfortunately, the autopilot still seems to want to climb at a ridiculously high rate. Very strange. Go standard pressure now. And we can turn the lights off. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on vertical speed, and I'm actually going to just ease this off a bit because it's kind of ridiculous. There we go, that'll do it. And then approaching Sanig, which is the last waypoint in our departure here. Absolutely epic view here. First time I've flown in Australia, to be honest, in this game. Yo, Best Boy on Twitch. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Thank you very much for tuning in. And thank you very much for following. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. So, just departed from Brisbane in Australia, on our way down into Sydney here. And this rather cool looking Qantas 787. One day can I do Biman Bangladesh? Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm down for, trying, any route really. We have done some requests before on the stream, and they've been pretty cool. So yeah, 100%. If you tune in, I don't know, maybe next time during the week, next week, if you tune in and remind me, then we can do that for sure. Top of climb, not just yet. Still climbing up to 360. Yeah, the A380 is an amazing beast. One day, hopefully they will add that to this sim. Hopefully one day. I would really love to fly that. So our top of climb here is probably going to be somewhere in between these two waypoints. Frederick, in between Apagi and Hugo. And then we're going to start descending just shortly after Sanad here. Best boy, I am from the UK. I'm from England, north of England. I will tell the cabin crew that you're ready. Fortunately, I don't know where the button is here in a Boeing. That's the issue. I don't know which button it is to communicate with the cabin. I know where it is in the Airbus, but I assume it's one of these down here. Maybe this. It doesn't work. Oh yeah, cabin interphone. It doesn't actually work in the sim at the moment. You live in the UK. Fantastic. And born in Italy. That's really cool. Really cool, man. How long have you lived in the UK for? Is it, have you lived here all your life, or just moved recently? Yeah, I mean Airbus. Yeah, Airbus I think is a bit more intuitive, for sure. But there are some aspects of the Airbus that are a bit more complicated. It's a bit, you know, it's I think it's just personal preference in it.
300 or better, and we'll cross Julian 240.
Ah, nice. You've lived here for 7 years. That's cool. Cool. How are you enjoying? Well, I don't know if you remember much past 6 years ago, 7 years ago, but yeah, I hope you're doing well and you're nicely settled. I hope your family's well. They really did such a good job on this 787. Yeah, really good job. It's just a shame that the it's quite hard to actually for developers to actually mod this plane. So I don't know if it's actually going to get fleshed out too much more, which is sad, but we shall see. Oh, well, you do remember everything. That's cool. Cabin view. Let's see. There we go. Bit of a better one.
Present heading, Compass 5720.
Oh, look at that wing flex right there. That's cool. Look at that. That's pretty extreme. Where's the other one? There we go. This is a nice view. Oop. It's a nice view. I like this one. There is some graphical issues going on though with the sunlight in this plane, unfortunately, but all in good time. All in a good time. Let's see, how on profile are we here? Yep, top of descent approaching now. Right on schedule. Lovely, we can probably activate VNav again right about now. How many nautical miles to go? Not actually sure. Yo, Joe, welcome back to the stream, brother. Hope you're well. Is it true that Air France had 5 engines once on their A380? I don't know, to be honest with you. I wouldn't have thought so, but I might be wrong. I don't know. I mean, it would be pretty unbalanced if they had 5 engines on it. I suppose the only other place they could put it really is like on top of the aircraft or on the tail or something like that, and I can't really see them doing that, considering single engine is like, I don't know, like tens of millions of dollars. I don't know if they would do that and then take it off again. Or maybe they would, I don't know. Maybe there's someone in chat that could tell us. Okay, so there we are, top of climb reached, and we're now cruising on to our next waypoint. Shouldn't be too long really until we start descending again. We're going to start descending just after we reach this this waypoint right here, Sanad. So not that far to go at all, really.
American 491, climb maintain level 370. Flight level 370, American 491.
You can't get the airplanes from X-Plane, so flyers and Cessna 182. I mean, you know, whatever you can work with. Plane is, you know, plane. Yo, Arjo. Much love, brother. Thank you very much. Appreciate the 50 stars on Facebook. Yeah, thank you so much. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Hope you are having a fantastic Sunday. Thank you. Good to see you in the stream again. Yeah, Frederick 747 with the Rolls Royce, absolute beast for sure. I think somebody released like a community made 747-4 for this sim recently actually, and I believe that has the Rolls Royce engines on it. I'll have to get that at some point. It's a free add-on as well. So the next airline after this flight is going to be, we're going to do a flight in Spain with Vueling Airlines. We're going to be going from Madrid to Barcelona. Should be pretty cool. I've got a pretty cool livery for Vueling as well. Something a little bit non-standard. So looking forward to that one. Oh, look at the moon up there. It is a very nice flight indeed, Frederick. How much are tickets? You know, it's actually only a domestic flight, so tickets are actually quite cheap. I do a ticket for my viewers for 40 euros. 40 euros. Don't have too many customers during the COVID-19 period at the moment, so tickets can be a bit cheaper than normal. Yeah, best boy. I'll take a follow. I'll take a follow. Yeah, the wings are very, very bendy in this aircraft. And let me just, before I forget, I just need to put this on to a no input profile so it doesn't unintentionally change my settings. What I'm going to have for dinner, I don't know yet, best boy. No time for dinner on this flight though, this is only short flight. Oh, don't worry, we'll be doing another flight for sure. We've got obviously 2 more flights lined up after this one. Well, I already have a couple of flights pre-planned. I've already excuse me, I've already got a couple more flights that I planned in. Best boy. But I mean, if you stick around once we've done those flights, if we've still got time, then yeah, I'm 100% down to take some suggestions. But I tell you what we could do is we could maybe do, it seems I've had a couple of people in the stream today suggesting routes. What we could maybe do next stream is we could maybe do like a community flights or community requested routes. So if people have got different routes that they want to do, then yeah, we could do that next stream. Yeah, so either between now and next stream, which will be on probably Tuesday or Wednesday, if you guys send me a tweet or send me a message on Facebook and let me know what kind of route you want to do, or what airport you want to fly to from, and we'll see if we can work it out. Try and keep it a short route if you can, but if you've got any suggestions, drop me a message or a tweet, and we'll get it sorted. 100% down to that. If there's any livery as well that you want to see, I'll try find it for you. So let me know what livery as well. Right then. So while we're in cruise here, let's do a little approach briefing. I don't really use my Instagram at the moment for this channel. Fortunately, best boy. I do have an Instagram account, so if you find me on Instagram, you can send it there. I will still get the message. But I don't really use it too much. Barcelona to Amsterdam. That sounds good, Frederick. 100% down for that one. I do like flying into Amsterdam, so yeah, by all means, 100% down to that. Okay, so quick approach briefing. So this is going to be our arrival into Sydney today. We're going to come in to Sanad, Altin, sorry. This is going to be roughly our top of descent anyway. Yo, Will, thank you very much for sharing the stream. Hope you're well, brother. So we're going to start descending roughly around Sanad, just before even Altin. Making our way down to Meppel, minimum altitude of 8,000 feet. So we want to start decreasing our approach speed as well at that point. We actually got some approach speeds recommended here that ATC should give. We're not using ATC in this flight, so we shall... Oh, look at this one. Communications failure. Contact signal approach on telephone. That's the first time I've seen that one. But yeah, so we've got minimum 8,000, maximum 7,000 at Lanol, and then expect radar vectors to final. As we're not using ATC, we'll just have to vector ourselves, but that's fine. And then we're going to be going for the ILS, what was it, 16 left? Yo! Arjo, thank you so much, brother. Wow, Arjo coming in with 500 stars on Facebook. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate that so much. Thank you. I don't know what to say. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I'm glad you're enjoying it. But yeah, thanks again. And like I say, we're going to be landing at, what was it, 16 left? I can't actually remember. Hang on. 16 right. So ILS 16 right, which is going to be this. Hello? 16 right. Zoom in here. As you can see, it's just a little bit off to the side here. So we'll have to kind of come in this way. And at 3,000 feet, we will capture the... Oh, look at this one. This interesting descent profile. I've not seen that one before either. But yeah, so we're going to capture the ILS and glide slope about 3,000 feet. So we'll aim to descend to 3,000 and see if we can keep that gradient going. all the way from our cruise altitudes. And yeah, 3-degree glide slope. Yeah, good stuff. Relatively simple, I think. So that is our descent for today. Yo, Arjo coming in with 700 more stars. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Yo, I'm definitely going to keep up the good work. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm not intending on stopping anytime soon. This is just the beginning for Microsoft Flight Simulator, so no, I'm sure that'll keep me going for quite a while. Best boy, no, I'm not a real pilot, no. Right then, so we've got to descend from... We're descending Sanad here. That's going to be our point of top of descent, I think. So we're descending down to 3,000, aren't we? That from 360, so quick rule of thumb. If I do 360 divided by 30, you guys probably see me do this every stream. You watch the stream. And that will calculate, sorry, not 360 divided by 30, 360 minus 30, and then 330, which is a result of that, divided by 3, which gives us 110. So 110 miles away from our ILS capture is where we'll need to start descending. Okie dokie, cool. Cool, I will see you in about an hour then, best boy. Yeah. Yeah, that is some mass right there. It's just a shame that we can't actually see how far we are from certain waypoints just yet in the game, which is a little bit unfortunate. Makes it a bit more difficult to plan our descent. But I'm just going to estimate here. So this radial here is 160 miles. So if we actually turn on weather, we can get these additional lines. And yeah, hopefully that can help us just estimate a little bit better. So 110 miles from our airport, we need to start our descent. And in fact, having said that, we need to reduce speed as well, don't we? So we need to reduce by about 100 and what's our approach speed going to be? Let's just check. So we want to do. So we want to do 30 degrees. And we want to do, I usually aim for about 5 knots less than the recommended speed here because of the strange dynamics of this particular aircraft. So let's aim for 147. So we've got 158 knots to lose. So that's going to be another 16 miles. So we need to be 126 miles before. And that will give our descent point 126 miles before the waypoint is Erden that we need to get down to. I see Erden there. It's a bit difficult to see because of all the other waypoints, but Erden is there. So this is 160 miles, so that means 40, 80, 120, 160. So about in between these two. Yes, Arjo. Yeah, I stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at the same time, just to you know, reach those different audiences. Although I have had a lot more support on Facebook from you know, especially people like yourself Frederick and everyone else who's been tuning in. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's more of an audience for this game on Facebook. Not that many people come in through YouTube, to be honest. In the last months, I've been streaming to YouTube, but it's much better response for obviously posting shorter videos, which is fine. It's kind of what the platform grew up on. Now then, on our approach into Sydney, it's getting a bit more cloudy over here. Look at these clouds over there in the distance. They look they're very pointy. Very cool. Yeah, so we're going to be descending through into the clouds here.
Delta 566, descend and maintain flight level 240, and in the transition, maintain 280 now.
240 and altitude 280 near Athena transition, Delta 566.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Arjo. Thank you very much for subscribing on YouTube. Surprised there's no notification actually come up on the stream here. Usually it pops up. Maybe it will. Maybe it's a bit delayed. But yeah, appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Maintain 240 on transition with 280 knots.
American 491, climb maintain flight level 370.
Flight level 370, American 491.
Delta 566, contact center 125,
So it should be starting our descent fairly shortly here.
566.
Plenty of fuel left.
Alaska 253, descend via
Everything's looking pretty good, to be honest. None of these panels unfortunately work. It's just the fuel one.
Southwest 223, descend via the Lucky 1, arrival at 718, flight level 240.
I love this angle on the 787. Very cool. That how the wing is just pointing directly at the sun there. That's pretty cool.
3555
Have I eaten dinner? Not yet. Not yet, Arjo. Not yet.
Center, Southwest 223, you have ride reports in the descent portion.
223, haven't had any complaints.
Awesome, thank you.
Not yet. Only a short flight this one, so we're gonna get. We're probably gonna get this one and then the next one done, and then probably last flight we're doing is the longest of the three today.
12565, compass 5720, good afternoon.
Let's see. This is Erden here. Erden is our ILS capture point. So I need to be at 3,000 feet by Erden.
Center down 2615, 18 for 230. Sub 2615, center, climb maintain, flight level 270. 270, Delta 2650.
So, gonna guesstimate when Erden gets just past this line here, this second line, then we should start descending. So not long to go, only about 10 miles.
Center American 1514 197 for 230 290 knots, our better sign. Good afternoon.
American 1514, good afternoon, climb maintain level 290.
Flight level 290, American 1514.
Yeah, Ajo, stunning view on this flight. Absolutely stunning. Love it. Let's check out some of the fixed camera views. I haven't really used these much on the 787. Oh, look at this one. That one's cool. Got a double window view. It really shows how big the windows are, though. Like, I don't know if you guys are aware, but the 787 has the biggest windows of any airliner. But yeah, you can really see the size of them on that view right there. That's a cool one right there. How does that one? There's only one window view on this one. Look at the wing flex on this thing, though. It's crazy. Flapping around. Oh, there's the other window view. My bad. Right, we should probably start descending round about now. Yeah, right about now. Okay, cool. Let's do it. 3,000 feet. Here we come. Actually going to use vertical speed to descend us. And we're going to start for about 2,000 feet per minute, and we can level it off a little bit later on. Got quite a wobble going on here. Got a 40 knot tailwind. Well, I think this wobbling is just a bit of a quirk with the game. Yo, Jordan, I see you on Facebook. I hope you're well, man. Yeah, we're going to start our descent now down into Sydney. About 120 miles to go. Forward to trying to land this thing. I have had quite a few difficulties with it in the past. It's been a little bit buggy, but I think they did say they fixed some issues with it in the latest Q&A, so hopefully it should be a little bit more manageable this time around. Check out some of these cameras while we're descending here. So we've got our window view here. I really like this one, actually. I think I need to amend mine so it looks a bit more like this. Which is the other good one? I think this one was a good one. Yeah, look at that flex though with the wings. Wings, I'm not sure if that is realistic or not. I know obviously the 787 does have very flexible wings, but That's kind of crazy. Okay, what's going on? Engines are spooling up. And they're spooling back down. Not sure what happened there. Targeting a higher speed now as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a bug. I'm pretty sure that wasn't supposed to happen right there. Gonna use the speed brakes to just burn that off. Not sure, quite sure why I did that. Yo, George, welcome to the stream, brother. I see you on Facebook. Hope you're well. Okie dokie, let's see. So, where's Erden? Erden is there, so that's going to be about, what, 90 miles? Let's just see. So we're at 289, so take away the 3,000 feet, so 250. Divided by 3, 83 miles. Yeah, seems like we're right on profile. Like right on profile, that's pretty good. If anything, maybe a touch ahead, but looking good. Looking good. I do really like this livery. It's such a cool livery. Very cool. I think I have to do like a have to try get a screenshot while I remember. Right then. And need to just go into controls real quick. There we go. Let's see. Look how reflective that wing is there. That's crazy. Maybe, I don't know. A bit too zoomed in, I think. Try to get it where there's like no clouds underneath it, or at least not many clouds. That's quite cool with the exposure. Turn down. I'll do that. I'll do that. Okie doke. Alright then, let's see how we're doing. So we've got Erden coming into just under 80 miles away now. Looking good.
300 or better, and we'll cross Julian 240,
Looking good. Let's just hope it doesn't spaz out on me. Yeah.
American 491, 17000.
Yeah, I am thinking it'd probably be a good idea to get the, see if I can show you guys actually. So if we go to, I don't know, we go to here. I'm just going to put it on here because this is actually window capture. So, sorry, it's desktop capture. So you see this app. This is the ATC app I'm using. It basically just hooks into the game. Doesn't always work, but it hooks into the game and kind of sees what frequency you're tuned to. So at the moment I'm tuned to 124.6 and 124.6. See how it's ticked here, and then it's playing basically sound clips, real life sound clips from, you know, a center ATC tower. These are US clips, but it's basically just because I'm using like a sort of trial version of the software. But I believe they do have a lot of clips for around the world. For example, you know, Australia, Europe, and so on. So yeah, might get that. I do like the kind of background noise that it gives. Nice. Nice. Yo, Frederick. Welcome back just in time for our arrival into Sydney. On descent here. So descending at the moment, flight level 181.
Directly to Rancho Compass 5720.
And yeah, just while we continue our descent here, let's just have a quick refresher. This is our ILS approach. This one should be relatively simple, I think. This is our approach procedure that we're currently flying. So came in from Sanad. We're now just passed through Altin. This pink arrow is obviously the aircraft. We're descending down to Yaka. By MEPL we need to be, well, we still need to be above 8,000 by MEPL, and then Lanol we need to be no higher than 7,000. Obviously 250 knots below 10,000, so I'll just bear that in mind. Need to keep reminding myself of Lanol. I don't think we should have too many issues. Lanol is right about here. So should be okay. Need to be above 8,000 at MEPL as well. Let's see, we are about actually, well, we 40 miles away from MEPL, so 3 divided by 3. Yeah, so yeah, we will be above 8,000 at MEPL, and then Lanol is about, what, 50? So we might need to increase our rate of descent actually very, very slightly. But we'll see how we get on once we get a little bit closer. Could be okay. And we are going to be approaching 10,000 feet pretty soon, so we're going to need to slow down. And I believe this is stuck, this button still. Yeah, it doesn't want to switch back to knots, which is not great, but there we go. Let's decrease the speed now. Now, is that how this works in the Boeing? I can't quite remember. Doesn't seem like it is trying to slow us down. If I click that, does that then work? No, do we have to do flight level change? Is that what it is? Do a flight level change. That's leveled us out now, so we can lose that speed. Actually going to use the speed brakes just to help us take that speed off a little bit quicker. And we're going to continue on descending here.
That was 5890, contact center 125.65.
2565, that was 5896.
Right, so here we are. We're descending again. Gonna descend us at about 1,500 feet per minute, so that's a bit slower than what we were doing before.
Center, Southwest 223, ride reports.
Now then, let's see if this works. So if we go back to 2000. I'm not sure why.
12565,
Does it not let you? I guess it doesn't, does it? But I mean, we're going a bit quick here, so let's just use the speed brakes. And that will slow us down nicely. So below 10,000 now. Let's turn these lights on. I don't know why the strobes aren't on. I must have turned those off by accident. Oops. So we're good on speed. We're approaching Yaka. Don't need to worry too much about Yaka. It's Meppel that we need to be above 8,000 on. So let's actually just change this to 8,000 and we'll go for flight level change, and we can take the speed brakes off. So we've got altitude capture. We're at 8,000 feet, so we're just going to cruise on at 8,000 feet now until we pass through Meppel. That is a minimum altitude there. For some reason it's flicked up to 263. It's not very good changing the speed when you can't change back to knots units. Seems to be stuck on Mach. Not that fun really. And we can change back to, we can take standard pressure off us now as well. Yo, Swordfish, welcome back. Hope you're well. Just in time for a landing. Just in time. This has been a pretty good descent so far, pretty economical. We've been on idle power pretty much the whole way down so far, except for a few little quirks from the game itself. But other than that, pretty good, pretty good. Currently descending into Sydney, Swordfish. Currently descending. We're at 8,000 feet currently. Just doing some level flight until we reach Meppel. This is probably the most uneconomical part of the descent so far, but not the end of the world. So once we get through Meppel here in about 10 miles, we are going to start descending again to 7,000. Well, we're going to descend all the way down to 3,000 feet from there. As like I said earlier on, we need to be at 3,000 feet by Erden here. I've got about 8 miles till Mepil. However, because we've got to descend 7,000 feet to 3,000 within like 10 miles there. I mean, I suppose we could probably do that. Yeah, let's just carry on as we are. And while we're on level flight here, I am going to just slow us down a bit more. Reason we're at 8,100 as well. I'm not exactly sure why that is. Let's see if we can tune the ATIS at Sydney real quick. There we go. Kingford Smith, tune ATIS. Okie dokie. I'm going to get flaps 1 out. UNH 30.24. And we are approaching Mepil, so I'm actually going to start our descent to 3,000 feet now. Using flight level change. Flight level change speed, LNAV idle thrust. Yes, Swordfish, this is the first flight of the day so far still. I'm just bringing up the approach plate on my other screen here. So, we need to be below 7,000 at Lanol, which we already are, so that's great. We're actually probably descending maybe a bit too quick here. Yeah, we can probably slow this down a bit, to be honest. And our speed is going up. There we go, our speed's coming back down a little bit now. And we're going to break through the cloud brace pretty soon. Hopefully. Don't put me under too much pressure, Jordan. I don't have the greatest track record with the 787, so... so we need to be 3,000 by air. I've got 2,000 more feet to go. Oh god, it's frozen. Okay, we're good. Just going to slow us down a little bit more. And we're going to get flaps 5. Oh, look at that view. Look at all these trees. Is there actually this many trees like on the outskirts of Sydney? That is crazy. Looks like almost looks like Malaysia as you're coming in to Kuala Lumpur. There's trees everywhere. Okay, so approaching 3,000 feet, just a little bit ahead of profile here. Can slow us down a little bit, but we're probably going to have some level flight here, which is not actually that too, not actually, I mean, we've slowed down quite a lot, so not the most economical, but pretty good, pretty good. No, I've never used PNDG aircraft, Frederick. I mean, this is my first flight sim, so yeah, I haven't really used any third-party airliners, unfortunately. Okay, so we've got alt captured and back into speed mode. To make sure we're not increasing in speed, I can see the throttle's going up there. So we go flaps 10 now. And what I'm going to try and do is, because the 787 it is a bit temperamental in this game, so I'm going to try and get fully configured before we get to the ILS. As you can see, the temperamentalness is happening right now as it's just spooling up the throttles when it really doesn't need to. And the nose is like bobbing up and down. Very weird. And there's Sydney down there. Yeah, I would love to try out their 737 and their 747 for sure. What's going on with this plane? I feel like it's going like up and down. And it's this doesn't feel right. I feel like yeah, this is a little bit wrong, but yeah. It feels like I'm in a nosedive, the way this angle. Maybe it's just because I've not flown this plane in a while and I'm just not used to it. I mean, obviously we're not in a nosedive, but... Radio altimeter alive, 2500. I'll just enjoy the views while we're on this level flight here for a bit. What is that down there? Okay. Localizer is alive as well. $60 miles to go. Let's go for flaps 17. Flaps 18. And flaps 20. I'll never understand why they have those intermediate flap settings there. I feel like I always just go straight through them. But then again, I'm not a pilot, so... Right, here we go. Approaching the ILS now. I'm actually going to get us fully configured, so let's slow us down a bit more. We need to be about 1.5. Why has this changed? Anyway, I'm going to aim for 147 knots. Wait. God, this is on Mac. So difficult to adjust. Perhaps 25. And flaps 30. There we go. I wish this would change back to knots. It's so difficult to control the speed. I don't really know at the moment, Frederick, what I prefer, to be honest with you. I mean, my initial instinct is to say Airbus, but that's just because I know more about Airbus than Boeing. But I do really like flying the Boeing jets as well, so I don't really know, to be honest. And here we go, starting to get some of the residential areas of Sydney rendering in now. There's Sydney downtown. Glide slope alive, localizer alive. Let's approach modes, localizer capture. That's wait. So I have, okay, that makes sense. The glide slope is alive. That's coming down now, which is very nice. Speed brake is armed. Auto brake is going to be set to 2. Very low cloud base here. Just floating through it. Okie dokie. So we're starting to fly onto the ILS now. You can see the glide slope diamond is coming down, and we should have glide slope capture any second now. Speed is good. Glide slope capture. There we go. And we're starting to descend. So looking like we're going to be stable around, yeah, 148 knots. That's good. They do have the heads-up display in here as well, but I just don't think it's that helpful. like, I don't know. Like, I suppose the readings on it are quite clear compared to this, but if it's sunny, it's very hard to read. There's a runway ahead of us. Nice. Unfortunately, we're not really going to fly over Sydney city centre here. I thought we'd go closer, but there you go. You can kind of see it over there. You've got like a cruise ship here. It's not rendered in very well, but there's a cruise ship here. There's one of the bridges. Some more cruise ships out there. This is obviously the city centre. You've got another bridge here. Sydney Opera House should be like somewhere along here, and then you've got this thing, which is, I believe, a pretty big landmark in Sydney as well. There's the Opera House right there. It's kind of difficult to see, but it is there. Nice, Frederick. Nice. I have my housemates. They do that as well. My girlfriend and my brother. Okie dokie, so gear down. Get that view out the nose wheel door. Love it. Okie dokie, so 1,700 feet at 5.4 miles. Right on profile, fantastic. And my frame rate is taking a bit of a dive here, probably because of this. You can see it a bit clearer now. Pretty cool. Shame about the frame rate, but that is a lot of stuff to render in, I suppose. Not very sunny underneath the clouds here either, is it? We go on approach. 16 rights, Pappies, 2 whites, 2 reds. Looking good. Turn down the music a little bit, and I'm just going to turn the game audio up, because I remember I was listening to the stream back the other day, and it's really difficult for you guys to hear the radio altimeter sometimes, so. That's one of the best parts of landing, I think. Unfortunately, you don't have minimum call out on this plane yet, but right then, let's do this thing. So pull the roll back a bit, and I'm gonna take off the auto throttle and the autopilot. Flight director's off. Manual flight.
400.
Drifting a little bit to the left.
300.
Getting a little bit high here. I need to dip a little bit more.
200.
Okay, looking good. A little bit high, but should be good still.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Oh my god. Woo! That was a little bit of a firm landing, but I don't know if you guys saw that, how the... We'll just put reverses on idle. I don't know if that's actually working at the moment, that keybind. Oh yeah, it is, yeah. Okay, beautiful. Not a bad landing, quite firm, but I got cooked there by a bug. I don't know if you guys saw that, but as I was... Okay, where's the plane? Stopped. Let's just clean up the flaps. So as the plane was coming in there, you guys probably noticed that it sort of started banking to the left when I was very close to the ground. That wasn't me doing that. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't the wind either, because it's not too windy here. I had like a tailwind of about, what is that, 20 knots, 17 knots? But like, I don't think that would have caused me to bank so hard to the left there. And that, I believe, is, I thought it was only a bug with the A320, but it seemed to happen to me just then. A bit unfortunate, but I mean, it's still not a terrible landing. This thing doesn't want to move. It's stuck. Why isn't it moving? Better landing than some of the Ryanair pilots. Well, good to know, good to know. I mean, I'm guessing the Ryanair pilots don't have their plane bank them to the left either without their input. So, if it wasn't for that, that would have probably been quite a decent landing, I think. Oh wow, it's just taxiing me right here. Okay. I kind of want to see the main terminal here because this is a handmade airport, so I would have liked to go over there, to be quite honest, but let's just park up here and I'm going to get the drone cam out and we can have a bit of a browse. There's another one of the other runways over there. But look at these lines here. This is a bit wild what's going on here. Which way am I supposed to park? Do I need to come all the way out here, don't I, and take a right? Oh yeah, Frederick, definitely, yeah. I think I actually had it turned off earlier on because I was doing some testing. So yeah, I will turn that back on. I just forgot to Forgot to turn that on. God, this thing is so hard to turn in this game. My lord. Right, I'm just going to have to cheat a bit here. I'm going to get this guy to come and push me back. Let's see. While he's doing that, we can turn on the AI traffic. There we go. AI real-time online. There we go. Wait, what? Hello? Okay. I guess it's probably because I rolled forward a little bit from when I pressed Shift P. Right. Let's get parked here on this line real quick. With a little bit of help from our friends here. The pushback man or woman. And look at that, he's going to get us perfectly aligned here. Boom. Oh, he pushes a bit farther. And we're just going to roll in. Don't worry about that guy. He's used to having a 787 just roll straight over. It's all good. And there we go. Went a little bit over that. I don't think the taxi markings are that accurate in this airport. I feel like, I don't know, they just feel a bit off to me. This whole mess here, I don't know. Anyway, parking brake set. Turn the engines off now. And I mean, suppose we could start the APU and whatnot, but I think we're good. Let's just do it. Screw it. Turn the landing lights off. Hello? Just frozen again. Will be just one moment here. Hello? Okay. I think we're back. I think we're good. I don't know what just happened there, but I think it nearly just killed the stream, whatever just happened. I'm going to do a quick test here and make sure the alerts are still working. Okay, we're good. I didn't just follow myself, I was just a test. Right. Okie dokie. So, that's everything done. APU is on. And yeah, let's just have a quick quick browse around the airport here before we start our second flight. And that's quite a nice shot. Is that really, isn't it? With the exposure turned down. Such a good contrast there between the plane and the rest of the airport. Very cool. Now then, how do I... Completely forgotten how I change exposure. There we go. Okay, let's have a quick look around. So we've got like a... Looks like... a road? I don't know what this is. The road? It is a road. There's no cars on it though. But then the taxiway lines actually run underneath. That's a bit weird. And then this is the runway where we landed, which is quite cool. I mean, for a handmade airport, this is pretty poor, I'm not gonna lie. Like, look at this coastline here. This is not that great, is it? Look at the water. The water looks cool. Go have a look at the main sort of terminal. Yeah. Oh, this looks cool. Cool. We got what we got down here. Oops. The speed of the drone is way too quick here. We've got a Norwegian A320 here, another one, and a Wizz Air. I've got all these European liveries on me, so we're doing European flights last stream, so don't really fit too well with Australia, but hey ho. But I mean, the terminal's quite well done actually. There's a lot of detail going on here with these buses and cars and stuff, and the cargo little buggies or little trailer things. Completely blank wall there, that's a bit questionable. And there again. I mean, it's not bad. It's certainly one of the worst. Oh, we've got some cargo. What do you call it here? Containers. This is definitely one of the worst Asobo made airports that I've seen. Got a multi-story car park here, which is quite well done. Yeah, not bad. I mean, there's some areas of it that look really cool and well done, but there's some areas that are very, very poorly done. Let's see what we've got over here. This looks like a newer terminal or a more main terminal. This one looks a lot better. Again, we've got all the European airliners on because of what we were doing last stream. But yeah, this is looking okay. Not bad. I'm not super thrilled by it compared to some of the other ones I've seen, but not bad. Let's wow, this frame rate's really dying here. So a quick look at Sydney as well. Oh my god, the frame rate is just absolutely gone to shit here. Oh dear. Oh no. That's it's not that great, is it really? I don't know if that's just not loaded in or what, but that doesn't look great. This area looks quite good. Sydney Opera House.
Stand 5, start on that, Scout 3986.
I think I'm dropping frames now, aren't I, on the stream because of this area.
Taxi 5, Scout 3986.
Okay, we're gonna call it a day on that.
Show me 8515 on tower 119.1.
19-1, show me 8515.
Yeah, I think because of all the scenery there, that was definitely causing some lag on the stream.
Bravo 2, Echo to ramp 2.
Okay, we're good now though. So let's real quick just go into the next flight is going to be a Spanish domestic flight, and we're going to fly out of Barajas in Madrid out to Barcelona up here. So head on over here and go on to sim brief. Create a new flight. And we are going to be going from, let's see. So I have some details here of a real flight that did this. We're going to do VLG, the airline, and we're going to be at 1027 flight number, departing at Lima Echo Mike Delta to Lima Echo Bravo Lima. Airframe is going to be the A320neo for this flight. We're going to put passengers auto, cargo auto, and everything else is good, I think. Yeah, cruise profile, cost index auto. Everything else is good. This is our routing. North out of Madrid. Across to the east and in from the south. I did actually install a scenery for Barcelona, but it's actually around this area, which would be the approach from the north, but obviously the winds change, so we're going to be coming in from the south now. And let's generate that flight plan. Then we should be able to come back over to Flight Simulator. And in the flight plan. There we go. That's the flight. We're going to change our aircraft to the A320. So for this flight, it'll be a little bit more in depth with the A32NX mod installed. Quite a bit more features in the aircraft compared to the 787. Weights and balance on the flight plan. So our fuel today is going to be 6.1 tons, not a lot at all. There we go, and then payload is going to be 16 tons, so again, not a huge amount. Right, okay, that's fine. So we'll just take this down by 4, and we'll add it up here. Bring that center of gravity, and that's good. So failures is going to be off. ATC is going to be call sign, I believe, is What is the call sign for Vueling? Say, guess it's just like that, and then 1027. Definitely not heavy this time. And let's just select a parking space. Go for this one. That actually looks pretty good. And we shall hit fly. Actually, wait, let's just check conditions. Live traffic is on. Live weather can go on. And then we'll just bring the time backwards a little bit. Like that. That's all set up. So let's go fly. This airport here at Madrid is, I believe, one of the handmade ones as well from Asobo. So we'll check that out before we set off. So yeah, we'll have a look. While the game's loading in here, actually, we can probably just have a quick look here on Navigraph and load up this new flight. While it's loading in, it thinks I'm down in the middle of the world. So, okay, here is our departure. So it looks like relatively simple. So just heading out to the north. Minimum 8,000, minimum 13,000, which I doubt we'll have any issues with. Initial clearance is 13. So we'll set that on the autopilot on the way out. No issues at all. Have a quick look at our arrival as well into Barcelona. Caspe, maximum flight level 280. I believe we'll be coming in through Matex though. Check. Oh no, Caspe is going to be where we're coming in. So we're going to be Caspe, and then we're going to come down here and down over the ocean and in that way. So there's a lot of restrictions on this one. So I'll have to bear that in mind. It's going to be 25 right. So it needs to be minimum. Sorry, that's 25 left. 25 right. Yeah. Cool. Maximum 280. Minimum 130. 130. That's not on our route. 130. Required altitude 100. Max 250. Coming down. Minimum flight level 70. Then in on to the ILS. Pin that. And we can go in here. Open charts list. Approach 25 right. ILS Z or Y. Which one do we want? They're extremely similar. Really seeing too much of a difference, to be honest with you. I mean, the missed approach procedure is, again, it's almost... Wait, I'm looking at that. Yeah, I'm not sure without spending a lot of time analyzing which one is going to be why you would use one over the other, but they've both got relatively similar minimums. Same, I mean, it's the same ILS, so it's the same glide slope. So yeah, we'll just stick with Z. Fine. So we'll put that in here. 25 right. Alice said 25 right. Oh. Add a funky transition on. Interesting. Vueling is indeed Spanish, yeah, Frederick. See what the other one does. No, they're both the same. Okay. Go ILSZ still. That's fine. Add to route. Cool. And we shall bring this one up. This is going to be my second screen for the departure. Let's go check out the aircraft. Oh. Oh, they've done some work on this terminal. Very nice. This is the Vueling livery we're using today. And the game has frozen. I don't know if you guys can see or hear me. I don't know if it's dropping frames or not, but it seems to do this every time I load in since the new patch. Freezes for a good while, and then it just kicks in again. So yeah, the Vueling We Love or We Heart Places livery. Very cool looking livery, pretty unique. This flight we're doing today is an actual flight that this specific plane did based on this registration. Echo Charlie November Alpha Juliet. This flight, like I say, it is an actual flight this plane did, so cool. Let's have a quick look around this airport real quick before we get started. Like a relatively small airport. I mean, it's just got one terminal, so is there anything inside here? No. But yeah, I mean, obviously they've done work on the terminal building, which is looking nice. Oh, is there another terminal over there actually? Oh, there is. Wow, okay, so it's actually pretty large. So yeah, this all looks very cool. Little windows in the top as well. Detailing down below. A little bit of yeah, just general apron mess going on. We've got the control tower here. Obviously a custom model there, which is pretty cool. And this little like grassy area. Some sound barriers, I guess. And you've got a whole other terminal all the way over here. This is actually pretty large. How many runways are there here? You got one. Oh my god, there's more down there as well. You got this one runway which is enormous. You got another runway there. Just two runways, but a lot of. Is there another one? Oh, there's four runways. There's actually a runway down there with a plane on it right now. Wow. Okay, I take it back. This is actually a huge airport. So we've got more of this terminal building here, which again is pretty much the same design as the other one. Pretty cool. I think we've got the same over here again. No, this is different, slightly different model. This looks like it's probably an older part of the airport, potentially. Looks a little bit less modernized. Lots of GA parking here as well. Pretty cool though. Absolutely huge airport. I didn't actually realize it was quite this big. Got the mountains off in the distance there. Pretty cool. Okay. Let's get started then. So we shall jump into the cockpit. And yeah, let's get going. So batteries on, external power on, turn nav and logo lights on, and then we'll just turn the sub panel brightness up, and we can turn all of these little screens on. Get everything turned up on the brightness here. There's quite a lot of bright sun coming in here, so we'll get this cranked up nice and high. There we go. Cool. Okay, so let's just go down to our FMS. Turn the brightness up on this one as well. And let's get things input. So, actually, before I forget, we need to go up here and turn the IRS. The idea is to align, apologies. So we'll let that happen whilst we are inputting here. So cost index is going to be 30 today. This is actually modeled in this aircraft, which is quite nice. Flight level for cruise today is going to be 300. And then we can go to our flight plan page. Our departure looks like it is set correctly, so we're going to go 36 left via the Pina 2 November departure. Is cool. Yo, David on Facebook, thank you very much for sharing the stream. Appreciate that. Thanks for the following as well. And hello, I see a message in chat as well. Hope you're doing well. And let's see the flight plan here. So the departure is set correctly. Let's just have a quick look here on our PFD and make sure it's looking good. So we're going to depart to the north off 36 left and then across to the east. Dropping down across over the ocean and then into our final destination, which in this instance is Barcelona. So we do need to input our arrival by the looks of things. So we've got the CASP 1 Zulu and we want to set the ILS for 25 right Zulu again. It's going to be this one. And we'll just see how that looks. There is a bit of quirkiness with the transitions and whatnot. Yeah, so that's not looking too great right there. Let's just see. That's going to take us in and then like that. So that's not quite what we want. Ah, okay, so I'm being dumb here. I actually missed. Bring this back up so you guys can see. So as we were looking at this earlier on, you guys probably noticed, but there's this huge box here saying seat ANAV transition 11-0 Delta. So let's just check that chart right quick. So yeah, here we go. So this is what I missed before. So I think what we want is we're going to come in to... We're doing the Caspe arrival, which is going to take us down to Rulos. So we want the Rulos transition essentially down here. And then that takes us into the ILS that way. I think that should be right. So let's go back over to the aircraft. Let's just see if that transition is available. 25 right via Rulos. There we go, that looks better. Makes more sense. Perfect. Cool. Let's insert that. And that is looking good. Let's just run through that again real quick. Yeah, that looks good. Perfect. Great stuff. Cool. So that should be an interesting arrival. Lots of waypoints to fly through there. Let's just check the RadNav page. Make sure the ILS frequency is input correctly. I just need to bring that up here. So that is going to be 109.50, which is correct. And then we can go to our init page, which is here. Zero fuel weight. We'll put that in there. That should be about correct. I'll check that against my flight plan. The aircraft actually calculates that automatically. So let's see. Zero fuel weight on the flight plan is 57 tons, so it's a ton off. But when you put in the weights and whatnot on the world map, they're not like bang on, so that's fine. Block fuel is going to be 6.2 tons, and that's going to calculate the rest. I don't think this stuff is fully simulated yet, so it's not really that useful to have in there. Performance page finally is going to be yeah, I mean, flaps 1 is going to be fine for this. I'm not sure what the flex temp is. I usually put 66, but because this is a warmer country than what I usually do, I'll probably go for like, I don't know, 55. Good guess, I think. I can go and calculate it. I do have a calculator, but it takes quite a while, so I'm just going to leave it. We'll go 13,000 for the transition, flaps 1, and then we'll calculate our speed. So it's going to be 140 V1, 146. Rotate speed in V2 is 149. Runway is 36 left. And that is that. Cool. Okie doke. So let's go back to arc mode. Adheres are still aligning. 2 minutes left. Let's call to the ATIS and just get the pressure. UNH. It doesn't seem to want to work for me. Okay, I definitely just clicked tune ATIS, didn't I? Okay, it looks like we're not speaking to the ATIS, so I guess I'll just hit B on my keyboard, and that's going to give me the QNH. For some reason, the ATIS sometimes just disappears. Very weird. Okay. The ATC chatter has stopped working as well. Weird. Okie dokie. Let's just bring up the airport 10-9. Find where the heck. Okay, doke. Yeah, David, it is good fun. Yeah, it's really, really cool once you start to learn some of the procedures and whatnot. It's great fun. I love it. Okay, so we can set our flight directors there. We can actually start our APU now. Seatbelt signs on. Smoking signs on. We can arm emergency exits. We can turn our crew supply. Oxygen on. And we can start the fuel pumps. APU start. Third altitude was 13,000, so we'll set that as well. And we'll just wait for the APU to start there and we can get pushed back. Okay, so APU is spooling up here, as you can see here. Let's see one of these new cameras. There we go. So you can see the exhaust gas temperature rising and the end rotations rising. And if we go outside, we should be able to hear the APU. There we go. Whilst that's starting up, work out. So we're going 36 left. Ah, okay, so it's not actually that difficult. 36 left is just behind us, so we should be able to just turn around. Okay, APU is ready. APU bleed on. Turn beacon light on. Strobe lights to auto, and we will request pushback. Wait, what the hell just happened there? So 36 left is this runway right behind us here, so we just need to taxi on over this way. I think if we go down here to the left and round, maybe. Take parking brake off, and we can set igniters to on. Yo, Depeche on Facebook. Thank you very much for following. Appreciate that. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. About to get underway here in Madrid. Okay, so we're getting pushed back. Start engine 2. Engines in this aircraft sound absolutely fantastic. Turn the game sound up a bit for you. Bit quiet to begin with, but once we get on the runway, you should be able to hear them quite a bit better. The APU is almost drowning them out at the moment. Okay, and engine 1 starts. Stop pushback. PTU is powering up. Hear the barking dog sound. And we'll lock the cockpit door. Just check outside. There's nobody here. Got the first engine starting up now, as you can hear. We'll listen to this one from the inside. Do a flight control check whilst we wait for that to become available. It's still spooling up. And let's see. Yeah, we can see both the screens there. So full forwards, full up, full left, full right, rudder right, left. Sorry, rudder right, rudder right, and that's it. Ready to rock. Engine is fully stabilized now. And we can begin our taxi. So we'll turn our taxi light on, turn the APU bleed off, and then turn the APU off completely. We'll arm the landing lights for takeoff, and we'll set flaps to 1. Arm the speed brake, and we can get going here. Release the parking brake, and a little bit of thrust to get us going. Okie dokie. I'm gonna give too much thrust because it will accelerate on idle on its own now with this mod. It's actually really freaking good. Like, it's much easier to taxi than the 787, as you can probably tell already. I mean, obviously it's a smaller plane, but regardless, it didn't feel like this before they implemented that. And you can hear the APU spooling down now, actually, if you listen carefully. Very cool. Okay, so we're just gonna taxi onto the left here and then go around the bottom and then onto the runway from behind there. Yo, Best Boy, welcome back on Twitch. How are you doing? Hope you're all nice and charged up now for the next flight. This runway is a bit strange, actually. For some reason, the black... I mean, I suppose that might be how it is in real life, but obviously the black tarmac kind of starts right there. A little bit jarring. Like a section of just like this different coloured tarmac. Not sure what all those like blue markings over there are either. That's a bit weird. As you can see, we're accelerating here on idle thrust. Nice. Well, that's a shame that you didn't win, but you gotta be in it to win it. All right, let's slow down a bit for this turn here. There's a tower. The hold short line right here. And we're just going to go straight on. And here we are, 36 left. Whoa, you spent 16 hours. What was the challenge? Okie dokie, look how long this runway is. This is magic. Okay, we're going to brake down here to a stop. apply the parking brake, and we can get set up here. Landing lights on, runway turn off lights on, takeoff lights on. Everything else is set. Speed brakes armed, flaps 1, auto brake max, inform the cabin, and takeoff config.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, and the game's frozen. There we go. I don't know if you guys could still hear me then, but okay. We'll set TCAS on and put a transponder on. Not that we're using ATC, but let's do this. So 50% throttle. Now you guys will get to hear these engines. Stabilized. Take off parking brake. Set flex thrust. Takeoff thrust sets. Flex 55 degrees. Now you can hear those engines. $100 knots. B1 rotates. Look at this. Look how long this runway is. That's amazing. Positive rate gear up. Just start to lower the nose a bit. Leave a climb, thrust climb. Flat retraction speeds. And we are accelerating now. For some reason my plane's disappeared off the PFD. Sorry, off the ND. There we go, we're back. 250 knots, climbing out now. Autopilot engaged. Beautiful, love it. There's the airport. Lovely departure, nice and smooth. Definitely still need some, I don't know, I still will need to do something about the sensitivity of the controls, but other than that, that felt pretty good. Look how big that airport is. 1, 2, 3 runways there. Absolutely enormous. I think there's a 4th there as well, isn't there? You can see a couple of planes down there as well. Beautiful, beautiful departure. Yo, Dylan. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're well. It's yeah, it's certainly a cracking view here in Spain, departing out of Madrid. Welcome back. Good to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. We're going to climb out here. We're at 8,000 feet. I think our transition is 13,000 here in Spain.